Hello, it's Dawn. I am reading today. Just, uh, just a fantastic day to try something new because we have Neptune has stepped foot into Aries. It is at 0 degrees. We had the eclipse, and now we are going forward with this Neptune energy. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, Aries gets Neptuned. So we'll see how Aries handles this big energy. What I want to do is use this map. Oh, yes, good. We had cards volunteer. We had 3 volunteer, which is the number that I wanted. Okay, so let's take them in order. Wizard of Awareness, a number 3 card. And I have been thinking about my special archangel, Sandalphon. And 3s are indicative of Sandalphon, so Wizard of Awareness. And wizards remind me of the magician, which is Gemini. So I'm like already vibing on this. This came out as I was shuffling earlier, and I thought, oh, this looks really cool, but I didn't know if I should take it or not. So I put it back in. So this is obviously something that wants to come out. 47 adds to an 11. That is Archangel Michael's number, 111. You know, all the 11s are corresponding to Archangel Michael. So we have a 3, we have an 11, and we have a 2, Gentle Gardener. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gentle Gardener. So what do we have going forward? I think right now is a time to be aware of our surroundings. And the Gentle Gardener is really a reminder to me that we have a lot of earth energy that we need to bring in, grounding specifically, because we have so much water still, so much water energy. And Mercury re-entered Pisces. So it is now at 29 degrees of Pisces. It met up with Neptune at 29:59, the last second of the last sign of the zodiac. So to me, that's very important energy, that there is something that Mercury and Neptune are trying to get across. They basically swap positions. So Mercury went from 0 degrees at the time of the eclipse to now it's at 29 degrees, and Neptune went from 29 degrees at the time of the eclipse to now 0 degrees. So what is that telling us? Ooh, oh my goodness, I love this already. So this is the Divine Tarot, and we've had some cards come out. First one, Temperance, Archangel Michael. Many hands make the work go faster. I don't know why that is coming out, but I'm sure that's a message. And that's underneath the Wizard of Awareness, right? We are coming into a time where anything is possible. Knight of Coins. This would be like the Knight of Pentacles. The slowest moving knight, but it's the knight that allows things to be planted in good soil. And it's underneath Sacred Pool. This 47 card. So I feel like sometimes we do have to move on from where we're at. And with the Temperance card, which is Archangel Michael, he puts things in our path in a certain way. And I think that is important for us to note, because a lot of us are changing timelines, have changed timelines. Don't know what always is coming next. 5 of Coins. This always reminds me of the answer is not to be found by a higher authority, in the sense that a lot of times this represents government or church or bigger companies. And you have this this is actually the story of the little match girl, and she is left out in the cold. And that's on the underside of the deck. So what else do we have? 5 of Cups. 3 are spilled, 2 are remaining. This is this is like the Death card in the Major Arcana. It's not as drastic, of course, but there is something here about, picking up what is spilled into this stream and looking at the fact that there's 2 cups remaining, and that she's not looking around. To me, every time I get this card, it's like, but you're not paying attention to what the solutions are, right? There is a path for her to follow that leads to a castle in the distance. Um, Honestly, the other thing about this particular card is that, these are in the water. They're not broken. They can still be used. They can still be, it's, three are spilled. Two are remaining. And that can be like love remaining too. Let me see. So 2 5s on the other side of the deck. There is big change coming. What else do we have? 10 of Wands. We are going to have a path. We're going to be on this path for a while. And honestly, I feel like this can be what the collective energy is. This doesn't have to be our energy. Let's see what else is going on here, because I really feel like our energy is at a higher level. We're stepping back and being more of an observer to what's going on. So let's see what we've got here. 6 of Wands under Gentle Gardener. This is about recognition. Her having confidence, knowing that she can. Actually, I can. Actually, I can. All right, so what else do we have here? 6 of Swords, moving into calmer waters. And I had a reading last week where I was like, water, water everywhere. Middle of the reading, 8 of Cups. Moving on, taking the knowledge with you and very little else. It's time to move forward. And I think this may be also a message for me because I'm thinking about moving. So let's take a look here. The World underneath the 6 of Wands. The World signifies an ending and also a new beginning. We have much of what's going on in the astrology now is about endings and beginnings. And we'll have that going on definitely for the next 8 to 12 months, because we have, well, to start with, Neptune that just moved into Aries will retrograde back in the fall and come back to 29 degrees of Pisces for the last time in 160 years, right? So when it gets to that point again, it'll be at like 165. So what happens? We are finishing up old things. Old things are ending. We are getting a taste of what Neptune means in Aries. What is going to be showing up for you in the next couple months that are significant things, right? So what else do we have going on here? And with that, Saturn's going to be doing the same thing. 10 of Swords. Endings. Wow. Endings. 10 of Swords. This is all this water energy still, though. I kept thinking there was going to be a lot of flooding, things like that. Let's see what we have here. I do have to say, I do have a favorite Hanged Man, which is in the Light Seers Tarot, but this is probably the second most favorite one. This is the Hanged Man, and this is actually Sleeping Beauty. Looking at things from a different perspective. And the High Priestess, keeping your knowledge. Scheherazade could keep a secret. She had the job of being able to spin a yarn so that she would live one more day, right? And because of her gifts and her ability, she was able to move forward. Now, the High Priestess often stands for higher wisdom, knowledge, but also secrecy. Not having to say what you know, keeping it quiet. So I want to review what's going on here in these cards. So Wizard of Awareness. Let me just do this quickly here. Oh my goodness. They are all going crazy right here, right now. Dun, 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 dun. Here it is. That's what happens. This is a number 3 card. Let me just get this meaning. the mindfulness about being observant about what is going on in the world. Nothing that happens to you is going to be personal, right? Don't take it personally. You are watching what's going on in the world, and much like the energy of the Hierophant, see, he's not saying anything, just like the High Priestess is. I think that is part of this, is just like standing back and being the observer to what's going on in the collective. What's going on in the collective is meant to happen. It's going to be like, wow, didn't expect that. I can't believe this is going on. And then actually you're better served not to be too caught up in the news cycles, because what is playing out is not anything you can do anything about anyway. You need to deal more with your own self-care and how you want to utilize your energy and not waste it on things you can't do anything about anyway. Give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be, and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. I agree completely. Because what's going to become more available to us once this hierarchy is changed is more self-determination. Do I think that's coming? Yes. It's going to be here tomorrow? No. So you need to be observant of what's going on and knowing that you have the power to define what's going on in your world. The most powerful moment you can be in is now, for yourself, and take care of yourself. I have every confidence that you will also take care of other people, but you have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you won't have all of the energy to do the best job that you can in fulfilling your path. So, what fell underneath this Wizard of Awareness? Temperance. Archangel Michael is keeping an eye on all of us. He will put things in our place at the right time. Whatever is for us will come to us. But he also knows that there's things going on in the collective. So you don't want to get something coming to you from the collective that isn't going to last. You want to be able to rely on what you're receiving in. And maybe, if you are receiving things in and it's just for, well, this is just for today, okay. But in the long term, I think you have to be more a self-determinator of what is your plan. For me, I've kind of felt like I'm not supposed to know what my plan is. And I have the north node of Uranus, like the north node of the moon is conjunct my ascendant. So I've made friends with Uranus, and it's just like something weird always happens. And I just kind of like, okay, we're going to roll with it. So this is a Six of Swords. This is moving into calmer waters, right? And it can be people moving on, moving to more safer surroundings, or to new opportunities. There's going to be a lot of moving. 10 of Swords, things are finishing up. Things are finishing up. So this seems very much like a battle took place, and there's just an ending. And the only way you can go up is up from that particular ending. Now, I do see, this is what I told you came out earlier, this sacred pool. And I think this is also this feeling I've got about this energy of self-care and just being in your own special place, enjoying what's going on with you. So let's see. Of all of them, this is the one I'm really interested in seeing what this has to say, because there's a lot of leaving and moving on going on here. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. This is the sacred pool. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? This card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the great rewards. I think that is all that you need to say. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours. Have confidence in yourself. If you're coming from an authentic place, and Aries is very much about being authentic, your authentic self. That's very much an Aries thing. And now that Neptune has moved out of the dreamlike quality of Pisces, it is now in Aries, and now you can see a path forward. It's going to become clearer, right? You have things clearing up. You don't have to be impetuous. Aries is about being brave and self-sovereignty. You decide what is best for you. You treat yourself better than anyone else. And when others see you being honoring of yourself, they will treat you that way as well, which is what you deserve. It's what you deserve. So the cards here, I just don't think you're going to stay in the same place. I think you're moving on, and you'll be planting seeds wherever you go. That's what star seeds and light workers do, right? We have that vibrational level that we take with us, and it's all good. You have the Eight of Cups, moving on. You don't need to take a lot with you. We are going to be getting rid of a lot of things. Things are nice, but things can make things cluttery. It can diffuse your energy. Being more minimalistic. What do you truly need? And you can have a thing of beautiful quality that is useful. That in itself is a beautiful work of art, something that is functional and beautiful at the same time. So I like it that this person is traveling toward the new crescent moon. We just had that new moon eclipse in Aries. And new moons, ruled by Hecate, that dark of the moon, when we get to the crescent moon is the time to start taking action. So we have another day or so before we need to start making forward progress. We have the Hanged Man looking at things from a different perspective. And there's thorns around her. But I think that her taking that time out, which I think we all need to be doing right now, while the collective is getting its lesson about what is no longer going to be working. So the final row, the final column, gentle gardener. You see all the fairies working hard. This is Six of Wands, getting that recognition. And again, she's on a horse. I feel like there's a lot of moving that's going to be happening. There has been endings here. There are endings that are coming through. There were endings on the bottom of the deck. There are changes that are coming through. You're almost there. You'll get to the point where you're almost there. The world. Things have to come to an ending. That's what the World card is in the major arcana, is that the Fool's journey has taken place and the Fool has gone through all of this learning experience. Then comes to the final card, which is the World, and they finish up that journey, and then they can begin a new one, a leveling up. And ending with this High Priestess energy. You don't really have to do anything right now, but be in your knowledge, be, I mean, this is basically, I'm observing things right now. I'm not having to be in the thick of things. This is more observation, stepping back, and then observing. And I know a lot of astrologers who are who are of the opinion like, yeah, get the popcorn out. Don't get involved in the fray. Leave that alone. Because there's nothing you can do about it right now anyway. We all have jobs that we'll be getting. And the best thing we can do now is to rest and keep in a nice vibrational level and do a lot of self-care and decide, what is really important for ourselves. So take that idea with you as we have Neptune starting its journey in Aries. I'll see you soon. Bye.